Welcome to Talking Edge. I'm Charlotte Chong, joined by iflix CEO Azran. Hello, Azran.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us today. So, iflix was launched last May 26, and how's the business like since then?
Well, we're on this very rapid growth trajectory. In barely 6 months after we launched, we had surpassed 1 million subscribers. That was in early December, and since then, now less than 2 months, we've already surpassed 1.5 million. So actually the growth trajectory over the last 4 weeks has even accelerated much more than the first 6 months.
iflix is eyeing to expand to countries like Philippines, Indonesia, and probably Thailand. So do you think that Netflix, because Netflix has set foot in Asia itself, Southeast Asia itself, do you see this as a competition?
We already are in the Philippines and Thailand, and I think we'll be in Indonesia and a whole host of emerging markets all the way to the Middle East and Africa this year itself. And I think it's important to understand that differentiation, especially in emerging markets, right, where that 3 times price point is very material to a lot of people. Secondly, you'll see us being much more locally integrated with key telecommunications companies. So we've announced the deep partnerships that we have with Telecom Malaysia and DG here, with PLDT Smart in the Philippines and so forth. Because firstly, for consumers in emerging markets, credit cards may not necessarily be the preferred or available method of payment option. Whereas being part of that subscription bundle makes it a lot easier.
But do you think that iflix and Netflix share a same pool of viewers or audience?
Okay. Well, on one hand, a good analogy is there are some people who fly Singapore Airlines and Tiger and Jetstar, but there's some who clearly are on either of those brands and don't mix. There are some people who have both the Uber app and the Grab Taxi app, but there are also some that only choose one. Because while there is an intersection, there's also a significant number of people who may not be able to or value having both. Typically, you know, we are much more suited for the mass market where price does matter relative to the content. But the great thing is, it actually, for most people, because the price points now are much lower than what most consumers are used to with traditional pay television and the subscription rates, you don't really have to choose, right? Especially with iflix, because for over 1 million households in Malaysia that now have the Telecom Malaysia Unified package, it becomes part of your subscription. So you no longer have to pay anything more on top of that, right?
Yeah, so a lot of people actually argue that iflix provide a lot of dated movies or dated dramas. So what kind of movies or dramas that you don't find in Netflix, but you have it in iflix?
So very popular shows like The Flash, Mr. Mr. Robot, which just recently won the Golden Globes Best Drama Series. Fargo, you know, Falling Skies, Homeland, all the top comedies from Big Bang Theory, you know, Modern Family, Two Broke Girls, New Girl, How I Met Your Mother, all these top Friends coming with Reunion are all not available on other sites. And then you add things like popular Korean drama series, right? The Inheritors, My Love from the Star, Running Man, Boys Over Flowers, Japanese anime, right? From Attack on Titan, Psycho-Pass, Slam Dunk, Sailor Moon, all these great shows that add tremendous variety on top of local shows as well.
So you mentioned about locally integrated content, and you spoke about it last year. Has iflix actually started generating its own programs, local programs?
Sure. We're actually being very data driven. So we're in the process now of collecting a lot of data in terms of what types of shows really resonate and appeal to audiences here in Malaysia, in Philippines, in Thailand, etc. And then that gives us the insights to then custom and find shows that work. But we've had very advanced discussions with a number of local producers already. We're sort of in that concept, budget, casting, timeline. We also have some very interesting collaborative discussions that we're exploring with some top Hollywood producers, because I think if we're to do stuff on our own, it's not just more of the same TV, but it's really pushing the quality and the edge of television production locally to a new level that people are not used to before.
Would you say that iflix and Netflix complement each other?
When you wear the lens of an emerging markets landscape, right, and this is probably where sort of the US guys don't really get it, because they live in a world where everybody has 1 gigabit per second bandwidth speeds everywhere, right? But in a lot of places here, you know, at best getting a 1 megabit per second 3G mobile data streaming is all you can get, right? So how do you create the streaming quality at that level of bandwidth? Secondly, people here tend to be very sensitive to amount of quota for data that they consume, right?
Yeah,
so introducing features like the ability to download and watch offline is huge.
Thank you very much, Azran.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching. For more Talking Edge videos, please visit www.theedgemarkets.com.